Sup guys, Oche here. As you can see from this loading screen, today we're featuring a Lost Zone deck played by none other than Tord Reckliffe. Tord Reckliffe, respected by some as the greatest Pokemon TCG player of all time, has won over $100,000 from tournaments since 2008. Tord is still going strong in the 2022 to 2023 season with 7 top finishes above 32. The deck we play today is a clone of Tord's list which won him the Peoria Regional last October. We've never met Tord in person, but he seems pretty nice from his trainer spotlight video from 2019 Worlds. All the best to him in his coming tournaments. One game for you today. Thoughts on the deck following closely after, and now let's jump into business. Our quote for today by the great American writer Ralph Waldo Emerson reads, "The only way to have a friend is to be one." Who else knows better about our merits and flaws than our best friend? Enjoy the game. Pretty bad start. Fog Crystal is okay, better than nothing. Guess they're not starting so hot as well. Grab a comfy and check the deck. The first thing to check is whether we have Zard for the game. Zard is right there, that's cool. And then we want to check Colress and energies. Because we were so not used to scouting with Fog Crystal, we thought we had all the psychic energies in prize except for the one in hand, not knowing they were listed on top. Funny noob mistake, we did not realize it until much later, and we will cover this game without the knowledge. We switch Sableye back in active because we can't afford to lose Comfy. Much better hand. Words cannot describe our relief when we see Stoutland discarded. Path is great. This is the only psychic we shuffled back from the Marnie, or so we thought. Under normal circumstances, we would have kept Clara. Might as well equip our only psychic while we can. We have not seen this Manaphy. Okay, basically Great Ball. Won't need Fog Crystal since we thought there weren't any Psychic in the deck anymore, but we should have given more credit to Cram with so little attacking resources. We have learned to bench Zard when we can because this deck doesn't play any card to search it out from the deck, and we need time to attach energies, since the build doesn't play Mirage Gate either. That's just cringe. Pumpkin in top 6. We decided to keep a fog crystal to scout the deck whenever we need to. We had to find our prized psychic as soon as possible, and didn't want Lugia to come in for free, so we prioritized Pumpkaboo as our target. The remaining damage went to chip Lugia and Archeops so Zard and Sableye can knock them out with one hit if we ever get the chance. Not psychic. Yveltal is irrelevant. No more psychic for us until we play Clara. We have one Clara in Lost Zone, so this is our only one. But we must attack with Sableye this turn since the Cram attack will make our numbers really awkward. And the KO on Archeops provides us another chance to find Psychic from prize. Still not Psychic. Sableye gone, and to earn our next prize card we either have to attack with Cram or let them knock out our Comfies until we reach Zard range. Path still has value because we don't want them to bench Luminion. The cross switcher we draw here changes the game because their Manaphy is the only thing Cram can KO, so we change our plan towards setting them up inactive. Bit reckless here after seeing some hope. We should have used cross switcher directly, or we could have sent the bench Comfy to active. To fix the mistake, we scooped Cram up, uses Comfy's ability, and played cross switch. Here we have it, the knockout of hope. Not psychic, but the fire brings us one step closer to Zard attack, so at least it's something. Really bad luck we thought at the time to have all 3 psychics down in the very bottom of prize. Quite obvious they're going for a Luminion attack this turn, but it won't knock Cram out because of the DTE. Checking for cross switchers here, it's our only way to drag their Lugia out when Zard gets to attack. Saves the cross switcher, but we're not quite in Zard range just yet. Scooping Cram up because he's our only attacker, too precious to lose. Cross switcher and fire, insanely difficult decision to make, but we figured we will eventually pull off a 1 energy attack from Zard before losing, so kept the cross switcher as a crucial piece of our win condition. Kind of meaningless to set the Cram attack on Archeops here, but we were too stressed to know better. The win plan here should have been allowing Lugia to KO our Comfies until they have 2 prize cards left. Vacuum the path, KO Lugia with Zard, and then KO Raikou with either Cram or Sableye with our new psychic energies from prize after KOing Lugia. So not the end of the world to lose Cram, win conditions still there with cross switcher, but just meaningless. Archeops retreats, Raikou comes out, Cram gets knocked out. Welcome surprise to see a psychic here. We also realized at this point we have misread the Fog Crystal Scout. We took psychic in a blink. We leave them the tough choice here. If they send out Lugia, we KO it with Zard. If they send Archeops, we KO Raikou on the bench with Sableye. Lugia it is. Got another psychic, now we have our win within reach. As we have always feared, they do have Luminion in hand, and the worst thing they can do now is to Marnie away our hand. They chose and played Professor instead, so we know the game is ours. A decent play to vacuum away our balloon, because we won't be able to send Zard back out if we only had 1 switch card. We have 3 psychics in the deck after all, just way down below, so only 1 in prize. GG, this was game 16 with the deck, finally a good one. It probably did not seem so from the game, but our run with this deck was incredibly tough. We originally decided to make 3 episodes with the deck, then step down to present whatever we can after 30 games, and eventually settled with 20. The 20 game run was a torture. We only managed to win 3 of them, meaning a miserable win rate of 15%, and a laughable 13 game lose streak. Obviously our skill level cannot be compared with Tord's, and we never tried to make him look bad through throwing games with his deck, but we do find the deck outdated. Being humble aside, Tord won Peoria with this deck in the Lost Origins format, before Silver Tempest dropped on the meta, and before Lugia made Stoutland a thing. In a nutshell, this deck gets thrown into oblivion by these broken new additions to the game. Stoutland eats this deck alive, and unlike Mew VMAX, which can react against Drapion with tools like Lost City, Roxanne, and in rare cases even Hero's Medal, we couldn't find any answer against the 80 damage Double Dip Fang. Besides Stoutland, we also encountered a lot of trouble working with Radiant Charizard. It is dreadfully hard to find in the deck without Quick Ball or any other search card. And even after we adapted to benching it sparingly, because Zard in discard after KO is easier to find with Clara than sleeping in the deck. A lot of times we just weren't able to get all pieces together, namely Fire Energy and Vacuum if Path to the Peak is up. We also want Charizard on the bench earlier than we would with attackers getting energies from Mirage Gate, because it's often too late to enable Zard after the opponent has less than 2 prize cards left. Zard requires 2 energies to attack our opponent with 3 prize cards, and we need at least 2 turns to set him up since this deck does not play any energy acceleration. It also becomes awkward when we need an energy to retreat an active Comfy, but Zard does not have enough energies to attack. Back to Stoutland. Zard is our only way to KO this thing with 1 hit, but he doesn't do the job until the dog was well fed with 4 prize cards from Comfy or Sableye, which is an even bigger gap to catch up than Drapion KOing Mew VMAX when not considering Sky Seal Stone. The deck also hits too light in many cases to win the prize race. We don't want to make this session any longer with more ranting, so let's leave it at that. All in all, we don't think this deck wins enough games to justify itself in the current format. The best players like Tord, Azul, Isaiah Bradner, or some others at the very top might be able to find their way through the problems we covered, but we believe most other players will only find pain and frustration from a 10 game lose streak, depending on how many Stoutlands they come across and how many games they actually manage to sit through. We will put this deck on hold for now, as we do see potential in single prize Lost Zone builds like this Charizard variant after rotation, with powerful energy gone and Giratina back in the game. But for now, we experimented with this deck so you don't have to. This is all we have for you today. Mad respect if you still feel like trying the deck out. A new experiment deck for our next episode. Be seeing ya. Peace.